So welcome everybody. I'm sure we'll have some stragglers, but we'll welcome them and remind them to do the attendance in the group chat too. So we'll kind of go around and just let everybody introduce themselves if they're willing to. So please feel free to say your name and what agency you're with. We'll have a time later in the meeting to give agency updates and stuff. But I guess we can talk about tomorrow's Halloween. So what is your favorite Halloween candy? So I am Nikki. I am with Olive Crest. My favorite Halloween candy is anything chocolate, as long as it doesn't have coconut in it. I'm just obsessed with chocolate. So I will bounce to Greg.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Greg Snow. I am with California Family Life Center Empower Youth. I'm also the vice chair of the YAC group. My favorite candy is anything Nikki makes and brings to our live meetings. Since she mentioned chocolate, that definitely is it. It is chocolate. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Terry Stevens.
Hi, my name is Terry Stevens. I'm a part of the Youth Action Award and I am the social media coordinator. And my favorite candy would be the trolley gummies. And I'm gonna pass it to Mar.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Mario Sarmiento. I'm with Housing Workforce Solutions, Office of Homeless Services. And my favorite candy is Twix. And let's see. Can't see people's names. Let's pass it to Lydia Brown.
Good morning. My name is Lydia Brown. I'm with Riverside County's DPSS, the program specialist for the Independent Living Program. And my favorite candies are the ones with chocolate, nuts, and caramel, anything mixed with those three. Oh, I'm supposed to pass it to somebody, huh? Elizabeth Robledo?
Elizabeth, you're muted, by the way.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Elizabeth Robledo. I'm the Housing Program Senior Manager here at Martha's Village, and my favorite candy is Tic Tac. Anything with chocolate. And I'm gonna pass it down to, I can't see the names. Who volunteers? Giselle?
Good morning. My name is Giselle. I'm with Community Health Systems at the Magnolia Community Health Center. I'm the Community Relations Coordinator here. And I would say my favorite candy are Skittles. I really like Skittles, but specifically the sour ones. And then I will pass it off. I'm trying to see the names too. I'll pass it off to my colleague, Sheila.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sheila Cantuna, and I am also with Community Health Systems. I am the Community Relations Coordinator for our university clinic. And my favorite candy is anything sour. And I will pass it along to kind of hard to see the names. Anthony.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Anthony Elyoki. I'm with SoCal Youth United. My favorite candy is got to be Reese's peanut butter cups, or I also like Twix as well. And I'm gonna pick Greg S.
Okay, I think Greg has gone, but Clarice, have you?
I haven't. Good morning, everyone. My name is Clarice. I'm with the Office of Homeless Services, and I'm the Administrative Services Assistant / YAB Coordinator. Thank you. And then my favorite candy is the Twix. And I'll pass it on to Tori Stevens.
My name is Tori Stevens. I'm a YAB member, and my favorite candy is Jolly Ranchers. Um, I pick have Wayne Pope with.
Hello, my name is Wayne Pope, and I'm with SoCal Youth United. My favorite candy would be gummy bears. I'm trying to see the names.
I know it's hard to see the names, and now that's kind of like, oh, did they go yet? I know
Yeah.
Caroline's on. She has not hit yet.
Okay, well, I choose Caroline.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Caroline Quintos. I am the Housing Navigator with the Thrive Independent Living Program. My favorite candy is probably Nerd Gummy Clusters, and I will pass it on to Lucy. Have you gone yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I pass it to you.
Thank you. Good morning, Lucy Busto, Social Service Planner for the Coordinated Entry System. And my favorite candy would be those sour gummy worms. I will pick June. Have you gone?
Not yet. Good morning, everyone. This is June Zhang. I work with Lucy at the Coordinated Entry System. I heard people don't like Milky Way Midnights or Hershey's Dark Chocolate, so more the merrier. I'll take all of those. I'll pass it on to Neha.
Good morning. Thank you, June. You pronounced my name just beautifully. Neha Shah Patel here from Riverside County Office of Education. I'm an administrator here supporting all of our school districts, McKinney-Vento liaisons. And my favorite candy, there's so many good ones I heard. I love Jolly Rancher, I love Reese's Pieces, and I love anything dark chocolate with nuts in there. And let's see, who has not gone? Chantal, have you introduced yourself already?
No, I have not. Hi, I'm Chantel, and I'm part of the Riverside Youth Advisory Board. And my favorite candy will be Twizzlers. Everybody thinks Twizzlers nasty, but I love them. And I
Who
will
doesn't
pass.
like licorice?
Right, exactly. And I don't know who hasn't went. Let's go for Tori.
Okay. Tori did go. I do see we have Vanessa Ramirez on.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa. I work for California Health Collaborative, the Mamas and Baby Support Group for Riverside County. My favorite candy will have to be Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. And I like licorice too, but Twizzlers taste a little bit better than licorice. I don't know who else has gone.
Okay, I can help out. Anitza.
Hey everybody, my name is Anitza Juarez. I'm with the Indio Youth Opportunity Center. And I would say my favorite candy, as of right now, it's the sour patches, but the watermelon ones. I'm gonna go with those.
Okay, and then Tyler. Oh, I don't see his name anymore. I'd seen it earlier. Gershom, I don't think you had a chance to go.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Gershon Vito, and I am the homeless youth coordinator with the Riverside County Office of Homeless Services. And then my favorite candy would have to be Reese's peanut butter cups any day of the week as well. So, and yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Nikki.
Okay, and then Brittany, did you get a chance?
No, I have not. Are you guys able to see me? Because on my
No,
screen
I
it looks
can.
black. You can? Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, so my name is Brittany Delgado. I am the program director for SoCal Youth Horizons and SoCal Youth United. My favorite Halloween candy, I think, is Snickers. I love Snickers. They're so good. And I'm not sure who's left. You can tell me.
I know it gets to that point you can't see all the names. I think we still have Rudy. Oh, I don't see Rudy on anymore. He was at one time. So, okay, is there anybody that we overlooked? Okay, great. So that's our welcomes. For those that did pop in late, just one more reminder, the way we do take our attendance is by putting your name and agency in the chat. So if you have not done so, please include that. So the next thing is public comments. I believe nobody had submitted public comments yet at this time. So if anybody had public comments, feel free. Agency updates are also available at the end of the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, so then we'll move on to old business. Mara's going to update us on that youth homelessness demonstration program updates.
Thank you, Nikki. Good morning, everyone. So in terms of YHDP, I did want to do a quick recap from September or August's meeting since we didn't have a meeting last month. We announced that we've selected a new desert project, and that's RUHS. They are in the implementation phase, and so they're getting started and will be able to serve youth out in the desert region soon. And Riverside County has also begun the CQI process required by HUD, and that's the continuous quality improvement process. And so we're developing a tool that'll help us evaluate how our projects are doing. And so for right now, we're working on focus groups with our current program participants, just to get a baseline of where our projects are at. And then in terms of recent updates, as of Tuesday, we finally had our YHDP mixer, and this was to allow all of our subrecipients to network. And the next phase is to have YHDP agencies and other youth service agencies in one room. So we'll be planning that for some time next year after the holidays. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And then, oh no, and then I gave CQI updates. So that's pretty much it. Are there any questions? Nope. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to note for my agencies online, just remember that our quarterly performance reports are due on Sage by end of today. Caroline, I think I saw your hand up. Did you have a question?
I did, yes, sorry. So for the YHGP, the programs in place, I'm familiar with the Bridge Wellness Center, drop-in center for the TAUs.
Yes.
Walden's Rapid Rehousing.
Transitional housing, yes.
Well, they do rapid rehousing also, don't they?
Yes, they do. But for YHDP, they have a transitional housing project.
Oh, the transitional housing project. What other projects should be on my radar? Sorry.
So no, don't be sorry. Great question. So we have two joint transitional housing and rapid rehousing. So it kind of combines both into one project, and Moreno Valley College and Path of Life do those. For our transitional housing projects, we have Walden Family Services and then Martha's Village and Kitchen out in the desert region. And then Sigma Beta Xi or SBX runs our permanent supportive housing project. And then the two drop-in centers for supportive services only. So they only help with housing navigation and referrals. And that's the RUHS Tay Center out in La Quinta. And then, as you mentioned, Silence Aloud has their Bridge Wellness Center, covers the Western region. So altogether, 7 projects.
Okay, thank you, Mar. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? Alrighty, passing it back to you, Nikki, and I will have to hop off. So if folks have any questions after the fact, I'll put my email in the chat.
Sorry, Mara, I did have a question.
Yeah,
I
no
had
problem.
forgot, and I know we probably talked about it a few months ago. I'm just
No
trying to
worries.
recall through my notes. Originally, we had set out with 9 partner agencies that were going to be in part of the YHDP, and now it's down to 7. Did we ever share as to what happened with the
I don't
disbursements?
I think I've always had 7, or yeah, I've always had 7 under mine. CFLC is technically a partner agency, but for our YAB stipends, we contract out with you all, not for direct services, but just to support with fiscal administration for our YAB items.
Yeah, for some reason I kept thinking that there were 9 partner agencies. I wasn't including us because we're just the pass-through, for the
Yeah,
stipends.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I thought there were 9 agencies out there that were going to be providing, the transitional, the permanent, the various, along with the drop-in
Projects.
centers. So I guess I must have been mistaken.
It might have been before I was on, but for at least since October of last year when I started, it's been 7.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. All right, if there are no other questions, I'll pass it back to you, Nikki. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you guys. So we do have 2 consent items, the most painful part of the meetings. So the first one is the approval of the August meeting minutes. We did skip September, just if you're kind of curious about that. The reasoning be that it was a conflict with a big, large Recovery Happens outreach event that most everybody was attending. So we're jumping clear back to August. So if anybody was there, read the minutes, I just need a motion for approval.
Caroline Quintos, Thrive ILP Housing Navigator, and I approve.
Okay, and then Brittany already seconded then in the chat. So we've got, wow, that was like record time. You guys get like special goodies or something. So great. So please, if anybody in disagreement with that, please voice now. Okay. So the next consent item is we do need to review and discuss our calendar for 2026. I can't believe we're already there. So. Okay, there we go. This is the proposed agenda. It's a little fuzzy on my, there we go. Thank you, Gershom. Perfect. You're awesome. So this is our proposed calendar agenda. So obviously then the bolded ones. So February, we would be looking at the in-person for our quarterly. And then again in May, August, and November. November 19th is still pretty early in the month, so I don't think it would impede on people's holiday things. But I mean, if people have a large, if we're overlooking conflicts here, please, this is a good time to like vocalize any concerns about the schedule if we need to adjust things. Sound good? Okay, then it's the same general process. We will need a motion and a second in order to approve this meeting calendar agenda. So do we have anybody that wants to make a motion to approve the calendar as proposed?
This is Greg. I'll put in a motion for the approval.
Perfect. And then Anthony also approved as well. So unless big things come up again, like that Recovery Happens event, this is what we will go by. Again, we'll be trying to bounce the in-person meetings around to different places. And then Gershom, do you send that calendar out by email to everybody, and how can they access that?
Yeah, I'll be sending it out to our Youth Advisory Committee mailing list. If you folks are not on that and wish to be a part of that, feel free to just drop your email in the chat. I'll make sure to include you guys on that mailing list as well. And then the copy of the calendar has already been uploaded onto this meeting's Google Drive folder. So I can share that link in the chat momentarily as well. So if you wanna go back and look at it, you're more than welcome to do so. And then in terms of our locations for our in-person meetings for next year, I'll also be sending out a separate Google form in case any of you folks might be interested in, hosting these meetings at your, offices, agencies, facilities, whatever. Feel free to, include your name and information in that form, and I'll be reaching out to you. But yeah, other than that, that's it. Back to you, Nikki.
Okay, so thank you. So we'll get that sent out. And again, that when Gershom emails you, there is always a link in the emails, like for the invite to this meeting, to take you to that Google Doc where you can see past meetings, videos, tons of the paperwork. So always welcome to check that out. So the next thing we'll talk about is next month's meeting. It is our quarterly in person. So we will be meeting at the RCOE building in Riverside. That's going to be Thursday, November 20th. Now there is going to be the virtual option because I know the county is very large. So if you can't make it in person, we definitely understand, but we love to see your smiling faces and we always try to provide some goodies. So, and the address and stuff will be sent out with the agenda and stuff getting closer to time. The next item is new business. So we did want to talk about new programs starting with SoCal Youth United. We did have Brittany come in and talk personally to my team that I supervise. They've got a great new program set up there in the Riverside area. So welcome, Brittany. Thank you. Look forward to hearing about everything.
Yes, good morning. Thank you, Nikki, for having us and inviting us. We're really excited to share our program. I have a couple of my team members with me. Yeah, my name is Brittany again. I work for SoCal Youth United as well as SoCal Youth Horizons. Our presentations, we will have a couple of those, and then, so not that one. We're going to be doing SoCal Youth United first, and then I'll do that one at the end. If you want, I could share screen too. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I kind of just added all these onto my spread. If you wanna share screen, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to have Anthony introduce you to the SoCal Youth United. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, Gershom. You can you can put it up there. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Yeah, so you can. Anthony's going to present about SoCal Youth United, and I will hand it off to him.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Anthony. I am with SoCal Youth United. I am a peer support specialist for the program. SoCal Youth United, we like to empower. We like to engage. Okay, so sorry about that. Anyways, this is a program for people that are ages 14 through 22 years old. We use the TIP model, which is the Transition to Independence model. And our goal is to foster self-determination, resilience, and community engagement. So our mission at SoCal Youth United, first things first, we like to empower our youth. We want to equip the youth with the tools and the support that they need to transition to becoming independent young adults. We also want to create a safe and inclusive space for growth for them to be able to thrive in. And then we also want to encourage personal development through structure and peer support. So the way that looks like is I try to essentially, or we try to, should I say, try to focus on the strengths of the youth. We try to, go head first into what it is that are their strengths. So if they, are passionate about something, we really lean heavily into what they're passionate about. If they're very curious about maybe attending college, we help them, with the application process, find out how to do financial aid. And then we also, if they're interested in getting their first time job, we help them do job applications, job resumes, and give them mock interviews. Because we do know that, one of the biggest issues for people that they experience is public speaking. For myself as well, doesn't come that naturally. It doesn't come that easy. So that's something that we try to help out our youth, try to give them a voice, try to give them the confidence to be able to attack whatever it is that they are trying to accomplish. So that's some of the stuff that we do there. If we could go to the next slide. Okay, so the TIP model, it's a strengths-based, person-centered planning. Like I said, we try to lean heavily on their strengths. So whether it's they're very passionate about, being an entrepreneur, or being passionate about going to college, or being passionate about whatever it is that they're passionate about, we try to lean heavily on that. I don't try to deter anybody from, their goals or their life aspirations. I try to, encourage them to pursue those things, and I try to find a means to be able to, show them the way and how to get, to achieve their goals. Hands-on learning, for example, I have a student right now that wants to be a chef, and so at our location in Riverside, I'm teaching him how to cook, and then from there we'll probably get him his food handler's license, and then after that we're going to go through the whole process of getting him a job in the food service industry. So we will show them, every step of the way from the beginning to the end, and hopefully get him to a place where he feels confident enough to where he can go and be a chef at a restaurant. We also have youth engagement in their own futures. And so what that would look like in this case, right, is I'm going to have them sit there, and we're going to go through all the different job listings, and we're going to find out which job listing that they're going to want to use to be able to actually achieve the goal, the desired goal that they're looking for. We do the 5-domain model, and it's outcome focused support as well. This is an 8-week empowerment curriculum. So the way that looks like is we meet with our students about once to twice a week. It's 1 to 2 hour sessions. It's leaning more towards the 2 hour session mark. So what I try to do is I try to focus on what we're trying to empower them with or strengthen them in for the first hour. And then the second hour, we focus on, connecting, building rapport. I find a lot of the times that if you do connect with the youth on something that they're very passionate about, they open up like a waterfall. They sit there and they start talking about their feelings or their thoughts. And this is something that I think is very important, is the rapport building, because it allows us to retain and not have, any turnover. I guess you would say. It makes it so that they want to come back, week after week. So this is about, an 8-week curriculum, and we focus on the life skills, emotional wellness, and we definitely, if they want to talk about feelings, then we also talk about feelings as well. So the outpatient location offers peer support groups and housing resource help, skill building workshops, cooking. If you don't know how to do your laundry, even, we'll teach you how to do your laundry. I think that's a very important life skill. Most people need to prioritize self-care. I'd say that's first and foremost the most important thing before you can attack all the other goals that you have in life. Coping skills, I think, are very huge as well. We do help teach them coping skills. That's something else that I feel like if you don't have the basis of that moving forward, life could get very difficult very quickly. It's a safe and social space to connect and grow. So we have a game room there. We have video games there. We have foosball, air hockey, ping pong. We have a nice rec area outside where we like to play baseball with the kids as well. And then it's open during designated hours throughout the week as well. So yeah, activities there. Like I said, we have a vast array of activities. We have yoga. We have a game room, like I said. We have a facility outside where the kids like to play baseball, or wiffle ball is what we call it, soccer. Gardening as well. We have a huge space there for gardening. One of my students, like I said, right now, the one that wants to be a chef, I'm teaching them that you can reuse green onions and plant them in the ground, and then you can grow more green onions with the same green onions we just cut. So yeah, a vast array of activities at the farm. And yeah, anyways, thank you very much. Like I said, my name's Anthony, peer support specialist for SoCal Youth United. And then, yeah, I'll turn it over to Brittany.
Yeah, so that was one of our programs. This one is our youth program. Thank you so much, Anthony, for doing a great job at explaining what we do. We, like he said, we do a whole bunch of different things. It is appointment-based, so it's not a drop-in center. It is appointment-based, and we just schedule them throughout the week at their convenience. Our program is very flexible, so depending on what their schedule needs is what we will adjust to. It's not like a set time. We try to make it, since we're still kind of small, we're still growing, we're trying to make it as custom and as flexible as we can, because we know, like we do know that schedules get a little crazy. So one of our sister programs that I want to introduce you to Oh yeah, you can ask me anything at any time. Yeah, our sister program is SoCal Youth Horizons. And so in that program, we have some clinicians. And so it's more on the therapeutic scale. So I would say SoCal Youth United is on like more of an external thing, like our, our getting into the community, getting to know social skills with each other, interacting in different ways, like more on the outside. And then SoCal Youth Horizons is working on things internally, like if we have any trauma, if we need some reunification things going on. So we're going to go through that right now on our next slide. So SoCal Youth Horizons, we're dedicated mental health and family support program committed to healing and reuniting families. We use the SIFTA model. And if you go to the next screen, I think it says exactly what SIFTA is. Maybe not. One more. There you go. So SIFTA is culturally informed and flexible family-based treatment for adolescents. It is an evidence-based treatment. It's individual therapy for youth. We focus on psychoeducational modules for the parents, so that can be on substance use, risky behaviors, trauma, parenting, identity. But we also really try to focus on the unit. So some of our, depending, it doesn't have to be mom and dad, it could just be caregivers, it could be roommates, it could be whatever is in their inner circle that they need help developing those relationships and, working on those communication skills, kind of working through maybe insecurities or any interpersonal things that might be stopping them from making deeper, more lasting relationships. And we help them identify those things and be able to express them. Next slide. SIFTA supports family reunification. Say, for example, families got separated from whatever was happening, maybe incarceration, maybe, if there just was grief, if maybe a parent passed away. We try to reunify what family supports or any other community supports that they have there. We work as a team, a village to keep everybody together and afloat. We try to support them in the best way. But yeah, because we want to create lasting healing and growth. So not just like one time, not just for 8 weeks, but we want to create lasting change. So you can go, services offered. Our individual counseling is for youth ages 12 to 24, plus or minus. Family counseling is focused on reunification and communication because we want everybody to be able to address each other in a healthy, direct way instead of maybe avoiding or not addressing bigger issues that might be there, underlying issues, maybe the elephant in the room. We definitely support parenting guidance and culturally adapted psychoeducation and support for families impacted by trauma, separation, or substance use. We are trying to reconnect hearts and restore homes because we do care about family units or caregiving units, whatever that may look like, but we want there to be a support system there. We are welcoming referrals from schools, probation departments, community agencies, and families. So anytime you could just give me a call. This is my information here, or my email and our website. So this is our program. This is our therapy side. And then I'm going to talk so much, but in our next presentation, I'm really excited to introduce something that we're trying to build in Riverside. Both of those locations are both of those SoCal Youth Horizons and SoCal Youth. Oh wait, not that one. We're not going to do that slide. Sorry, we're that presentation. We're going to do the Riverside Perinatal. That's the other really exciting one. The blue one. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to, so those two, SoCal Youth Horizons and SoCal Youth United, are at one location. They're off of Pick Place in Van Buren, so kind of towards the Woodcrest area. But we also do telehealth, and we can kind of meet places or commute. We're not really stuck to one location, but our one location is ideal if they want to have one stable place to go where groups are around and things like that. But we are flexible.
Okay, so a program that I'm really interested in sharing with you guys. I'm really excited. It's our new baby, and I just wanted to present it. We just applied for the grant, the B-CHIP grant. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar or not, but it's a construction grant. And so we are wanting to support perinatal women and their families. And so, like our SoCal Youth Horizons, we want to break generational curses. We want to try to, create stable, safe environments for families and moms and their children. And so the current residential programs in Riverside, there are some community-based recovery programs serving women in recovery and mothers with children. So they're in Indio, Thermal, Riverside. You can see the list there. But most operate at a general residential level of care. However, specialized higher acuity options are limited or unspecified. So our program, we're wanting to present, you can go to the next slide. We're wanting to present 3 complementary residential behavioral health programs on a single integrated campus. So this could be for aging out foster youth. This could be for, obviously if they have kids or if they're pregnant or things like that. It doesn't have to be for substance use, but it also could be for mental health or maybe postpartum or just anything that is perinatal related. The facilities are designed to serve pregnant women, mothers with children, and women with mental and behavioral health conditions. The next slide. Okay. And then, we just went through our wraparound evidence-based programs. So that would be SoCal Youth United and SoCal Youth Horizons. We'll be able to serve them with job readiness and career exploration support. So we are partnering with RCC and SBVC and making a lot of connections with those colleges to kind of help them get to their next step if it's college, and then moving forward, getting them jobs. Next slide. Oops, I went down a little bit, huh? Okay, so so our community integration, we're going to want everybody, all hands on deck. So if you guys know of anybody that's interested in this program and participating, ideally will come to fruition in the next couple of months, but I just want to introduce it. We want access to local daycare, childcare providers, collaboration with parenting classes, lactation consultants, nursing staff, pediatric and nurse practitioner services, doulas, the whole mommy kid, mommy family thing. An integrated care team. We're going to have peer support mentors, therapists, case managers to support them. And our key benefits to Riverside County, we're expanding our treatment access, so it adds 18 new beds. Family preservation, we want moms and kids together, strengthening parent-child bonds during treatment. And our focus is perinatal, reduces adverse maternal infant outcomes through early intervention and integrated care. So we want our youth and our moms and everybody all together as best as we can make that happen. And our community impact promotes long-term stability and recovery for families, breaking cycles of trauma, substance use, and mental illness. We want to build local capacity for women and children in Riverside County, reducing the need for out-of-county placement. And it creates collaborative partnerships with local health providers, schools, and community agencies. Thank you. Yes, our one and only, our fearless leader, Angelica, and then there's me, and then our team, Anthony and Wayne and Andrea, and then a couple of other of our clinicians too. But thank you so much for letting me share. I know I talked for like 20 minutes straight, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to direct them towards me.
Hey, do we have any questions at this time? Oh, Caroline, great.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi, how can somebody be referred to this program, or how do we connect a potential client to your program?
Yeah, so the best way to connect to my program is just give me a call. Give me a call, give me an email, and then I will check our schedule and we will get them on board. As of right now, we are grant funded and we don't require any particular insurance. So that's kind of where we're at for right now. So yeah, just give me a call. Give me a call, send me an email.
Can you share your information in the chat, Brittany? again?
Absolutely.
Where they could call to like get referrals going. And then you mentioned this is grant based, so insurance is not provided. So this is one thing my team hit with you. So I want to bring it up again. What about like transportation? So if it's not through insurance, they can't get that call a ride through IEHP because it's not billed through. But could you talk how that might work?
Yeah, so we do have access to transportation for the youth or for anybody who needs services. So depending on the circumstance, we can transport and we are able to help facilitate that process. Did I answer the question? Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay. And then you're still, sorry guys, something's wrong with my computer. I'm going purple here. But I like purple, so hey. You are also willing to do some teleservices, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We have telehealth, we have in-person, and we are able to commute also, like I said. So if, for example, your youth is closer to a library or closer to a, like maybe one of our college, like the colleges, or it doesn't matter, wherever the youth is comfortable, wherever you guys are comfortable, we can meet them, we can connect with them and work that way. And yeah, we're also open right now. We're doing workshops. So we're doing a lot of workshops. If you guys want us to come and do some workshops, I do a prevention and wellness workshop that I really love. I'm currently doing it at a domestic violence shelter and then a rehab, but I have an adjusted one for youth. And then I have another workshop for parents on regulating their nervous system. So that one's really exciting, on how to regulate your nervous system as a parent when you're triggered, when you're youth and your teens, or even, parent caregiver, when they're triggering you and trying to give you sass or give you attitude and they don't want to do things. So I'm trying to teach parents how to better regulate their emotions when they're feeling like, oh my goodness, my teen is not listening to me right now. And instead of snapping at them or just isolating them or disconnecting, I'm giving better ideas on ways to stay connected.
Okay, so are there some other questions at this time? And I am monitoring the chat. If anybody feels more comfortable just typing in a question or is having problems with their system.
And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this now or in the updates later, but we have an event at RCC that's coming up on November 13th. It's a mental health and wellness event. It's exciting. We're going to have a bunch of vendors and it's going to be, I think we're going to have like yoga, sound baths, Reiki things, and live performances on music because we're going to kind of intermingle being rooted and grounded, but in a rhythmic way. So being able to regulate your nervous system, being able to cope with feelings, flowing with how you're feeling, things like that. So November 13th at RCC, I will share the flyer to Gershom, and then he can send it out. But it's from 1 to 3.
Okay, thank you, Brittany. So excited all the support we can get around the TAE population is great.
Yes.
So the next item on the agenda is just our standing items. So the first item is agency bed availability updates. So at this time, anybody that's providing housing supports, because that is our focus, is on housing the transitional age youth. It's the opportunity to provide any beds that you may have available so that we can share those resources. Here at Olive Crest, I am at capacity. I'm trying to open up a couple new units, but as we all know, that takes a while. So, and then there are a couple new transitional housing providers. So THP NMD for the youth who've aged out of foster care. If you need that link, please feel free to let me know and I will get that out to you. Is anybody from Safe House or any other program on that would like to give an agency bed availability update at this time? Okay, none? Okay, sounds good. That's I know there's not some of them on that we typically would hear from, so that might be why. But there are beds available. So Caroline's on if you have the for Martha's Village and Kitchen, they have 2 beds available. So Elizabeth, is that male, female? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So that's good. So if you guys are in need of housing a youth, then we know we can reach out to them. They're also going to be given a presentation. So we'll hear a little bit more on how to hear from them. And then Neha, you had your question? Neha, did you have your hand raised?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm on mute. I was talking the whole time.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Thank you, Nikki. Yes. What's the age availability or criteria, age criteria?
For Martha's Village and Kitchens, it's the transitional age youth. So if I'm right, Elizabeth, it's 18 to 25, correct?
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if nobody else has any, then we're going to jump to the next item on the agenda, which is the Youth Action Board updates. I didn't see Savannah on, but if she's not here, she normally has somebody else tasked with doing it. So do we have somebody from the YAB that's assigned to give us the updates?
Nikki, I'll go ahead and just give a few updates.
Okay.
So over the last couple of months, we've kind of been working, with the Youth Action Board to restructure them. I know that we had announced this earlier this year around July time. So sorry, I'm blanking. We had we did that session with Lauren, who has been our HUD TA over the last couple of months, and so the strategic planning series that we had dating back to since July has concluded. So right now we're kind of just on hold until we move on to the next, steps to, finalizing a structure for our youth action board. But I believe at the last meeting that we had, we also did mention that Clarice, who is our administrative services assistant here at the Office of Homeless Services, she is also now our newest YAB coordinator. So she will be coordinating all activities and leading the youth action board moving forward. So that's one of the major updates. But aside from that, as I mentioned, as of right now, we're kind of just on standby, waiting all finalized, all finalized details before we move on to the next, phase of restructuring our youth action board. And we'll definitely provide more updates once we have a clear a clear plan, like once we fully make the transition. We'll definitely provide some more updates for our future meetings. So that is pretty much all for the youth action board updates. So I'll kick it back to you, Nikki.
Hey Gershom, I don't mean to interrupt, but
yeah.
Aren't you all going on a trip here next week?
Yes, that is correct. That is another update. So yes, so a few of us, a few YAB members, as well as myself and Rashana, who is our principal development specialist here at the Office of Homeless Services, we will be traveling to Washington D.C. Next Tuesday for the NYAC Youth Days in D.C. So a few of our YAB members will be out there as well, and the agenda is pretty cool. We have a day that will be dedicated with meeting with some of our local legislators, and we're going to get to talk to them. It's going to be at the Capitol Hill, so definitely looking forward to that, and just looking forward to exploring DC. I've never been, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, so we'll definitely provide some more updates at our next meeting, on how that trip goes, what we learn, and what are some of the things that will be we can be advocating for within our community. So thank you for the reminder, Greg.
Yeah, it's a really dynamic opportunity for our young people to have their voices heard directly, to a lot of the leaders of not just our state, our county, and then again our federal government, to help really move some of these ideas and programs and develop. It's just really unique. It's pretty cool to get our young people out there in front of them. So I want to wish everybody a safe travel. I know I'll be taking a couple of youth at 1 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday morning to get to the airport. So yeah, it'll be a good time for them though.
Yeah, we have a well, thank you by the way. But we have a red eye from 10 to I think it's like 6 a.m. We're landing in Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to DC, and I think we're arriving like literally an hour before the event's supposed to start. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna need a ton of coffee that day, but yeah. So I'm just looking forward to it.
Again, safe travels for everybody.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it.
Sounds like you guys are willing to accept any Starbucks gift cards that anybody's willing to send your way.
Yes, please.
Okay, this is exciting. And for those new ones, our Youth Action Board is amazing, phenomenal. I mean, they've managed to do the SWOT assessment, the needs assessment, the mission statement, everything for this YHDP grant. So it's an amazing young group. They blew me away when we were meeting to write this grant up. So the next item on the agenda is the updates for our CES, which is the Coordinated Entry System.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Sorry,
you.
I'm so sorry, Lucy. Give me 1 second. You're gonna have to forgive me.
No
Let me
problem.
pull up your slides. There we go.
Okay, so I'm Lucy Bustos, the social service planner for the coordinated entry system for Riverside County. So I'm going to be going over last month's data. So we had about 40 youth on the queue as of the last day of September. And in that same month, we connected about 10 to home connects. That's what we call them, and they're waiting outcomes. Currently, we have about 16 rapid rehousing scoring members on the queue with 24 scoring PSH. And in the month of September, for those that were waiting opportunities, we connected 4 to rapid rehousing and 6 to YHDP. But that is the data I have. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Great. So I'm putting Savannah's work email in. Sorry, I was multitasking. So the next item is our member spotlight. So ever since I moved out here to Coachella Valley, I've always heard of Martha's Village and Kitchen. They have an exceptional reputation. They do an amazing job with our homeless population, and they are one of our YHDP recipients to have specific for the transitional age youth population. So I believe Elizabeth is who's going to be providing the the presentation. So welcome, Elizabeth. Welcome aboard. Glad to see you here. We need all the help we can get.
Thank you so much, Nikki. And right next to me, I have Anna, our Senior Director of Programs and Operations, who's going to be joining me in this presentation. Hi, everyone. So, so I'm Elizabeth. I am the Housing Program Senior Manager, and I oversee a couple of programs here at Martha's Village. Recuperative care, we have a contract with IEHP. I also oversee our STPH, all of our case management departments, our residential departments, and one of our newest additions to the program is YHDP. So I want to tell you a little bit about the mission statement that we have. We envision a community where all people have the opportunity to live their full potential, where everyone has food, housing, educational resources, and the means to maintain them. So our youth homelessness demonstration program, we provide not only shelter, but also a safe low barrier housing. What do I mean about low barrier housing? Is that some of our youth often faces systematic obstacles. Martha's Village and Kitchen ensures that they can access help without excessive paperwork and also long waits or any rigid requirements. We also offer individualized case management, education, employment support, housing navigation and placement, health and wellness linkage in connection to mainstream benefits. Our youth center trauma-informed approach as well. For that, the program listens to the youth. We've set priorities and goals, and we recognize the impact of trauma that every services is designated to empower, not dictate. We don't dictate our youth. We kind of like empower them. We recognize, we guide them all the step of the way. We have a great case manager, Pedro Corrales. He's actually right now in a job fair, if I'm not, in a job fair with some of our youth. We can go to the next slide, please.
At our Indio location, we do have a few services that we provide to the entire community, which is our food services. We provide meals to the public and also pantry. We do have, set times for that. We also have our emergency shelter where we provide temporary housing for individuals and families in crisis. We do have a wait list, which is about 2 to 3 months, and there is a referral process. We are going to have our website at the very end of the slide, and it is very easy to just go into the website and go to your, just submit a referral. The referrals come directly to me, and I do refer them to our residential department, which they will, connect with this person and they will add them to our wait list. We also have a child development center, which is open to the entire community. We are a 5-star with our Quality Start program. And we are tier 5, which is very, very good. We actually just expanded. We had our ribbon cutting last week, and we just expanded to 102 children. We got a new infant, a new toddler, and a new preschool classroom, which is great because there was a very big need on childcare. Especially, we got an increase on our wait list for our infant. Our infant kids. So it was great that we were able to accomplish this. We recently passed our licensing. Like I said, we had our ribbon cutting. So it's been a really nice accomplishment for us. Again, that's also through referrals and on our website or in person. And right now we have a lot of slots open due to the expansion, which is great. We also provide job training and education, which this is open to the public as well, with some, sort of restrictions, but we do help our residents, our participants here in Indio. We guide them through career development, employment support for long-term success and skill building. We help them with their resumes. We prepare them for their interviews. If we need to shop for, correct attire for employment, we do that as well. And actually, as she mentioned, Pedro, our youth case management, took our youth participants today to the job fair, and also our employment services took some of our participants as well. So we do have them all together, which is really nice because they do get to collaborate, not just the youth and participants, and we try to do those job fairs and things like that for them. We also have our community supports program, which includes recuperative care, housing navigation, and housing sustainability, which it's great because that comes through IEHP, and not just get them housing, but also check in with them, go visit them, see how they're doing, what their needs are. So those are some of our community programs that we do provide here in Indio.
Next slide, please. So as part of our ongoing commitment, we also offer services to the public, not only for the in-house participants, but also to the public. As part of our ongoing commitment, we have to strain food insecurity across the Coachella Valley. Martha's Village and Kitchen proudly provides emergency food, essential baby supplies, diapers, sometimes formula. It all depends on what we receive from donations, clothing vouchers to our Martha's Village and thrift store. And we serve every individual and family that it's in need. In our community service, in our Indio campus, because we have two, one in Palm Springs and one in Indio, we offer public showers Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We also offer hot meals Monday through Friday. And we also offer emergency services such as food, like I mentioned, baby supplies, clothing, and ID vouchers. Our office to the public is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Oh, and I want to go back later on before we end to this picture. As you see, we have a participant ringing the bell. I'm just going to mention it right now because I'm very excited about this. As you see, this participant is surrounded by staff members. So when a participant gets permanent housing, what we do is that we celebrate. It's a very small celebration, but very meaningful. From the kitchen, from housekeeping, from every single department that we have, we send calendar invites. Everybody, like for those 10, 15 minutes, they need to stop what they're doing. It's like we pause our work because we all go and celebrate. We gather together. The case manager shares about the process and all the goals that they have accomplished, and the participant also, shares about their experience, them staying here, and by them ringing the bell, it's a sign of, you know what, this journey has ended, and now I have a permanent housing, and it's amazing. You guys can also see more. The interviews that we do with them and more celebrations on our Instagram page. And I'm very proud of this bill. Very, very proud. Can we move to the next slide, please?
We also, as she mentioned, we have our Palm Springs campus. It is a little bit different just because we don't provide some of the services that we provide in Indio to the public, but we also do provide for our participants wraparound support services, which include supporting accessing mainstream benefits and community resources, life skills, financial education for them, housing navigation. We also provide just basic needs and assistance, which is we connect them to transportation assistance or public assistance, whatever their needs are for that participant. We also do we also have shelter navigation housing services, we do transitional and bridge housing opportunities, laundry facilities, 24/7 staff support, referrals to behavioral health, medical recovery services, whatever it is that our participants need. We do have that in Palm Springs. We also have a overnight shelter, which is a little bit different than Indio. It's only for the night, and it is first come, first serve. So we do have those services as well in Palm Springs, which is a really good, they were in much need in our Palm Springs city, and they reached out to Martha's Village and Kitchen, and we're very excited and very happy that we were able to help out the city with those needs.
So here at Martha's Village and Kitchen, it's proud to serve the Coachella Valley, transforming lives through compassion, empowerment, and opportunities. Together, we rebuild pathways to hope, healing, and lasting stability for individuals and families in need. I'm going to go ahead and put our email and our phone number. You can also follow us on Instagram, but I'm just going to go out of contents right now. I need to share something with everyone that is part of the YHDP. And this, I am very, very happy. Right now, as we all sit here in our offices via this meeting, one of our youth participants is actually signing her contract for her new apartment, and she will be receiving the key like in an hour. And this is what makes everything that we do, from the kitchen staff, from security, from residential staff, all of you guys, everyone, Pedro, when we come together and we collaborate with other agencies, this is the result of it, guys. And we are very happy to share this, and we're hoping that when she comes back, we can create a story with her ringing the bell, which I will share with you guys. I just thought I'd let you know that it's working, and it's working, and it's thanks to everyone that it's involved. We are very proud and we get emotional just to see this young female, which she also had another situation with CPS. Well, guess what? Now she's gonna be able to get her kids back, into her own apartment unit, and which is beautiful. I just thought I'd let you guys know, the accomplishment that because everybody's involved in this.
And I believe there's 2 more to come
Oh, yes.
next month,
There's 2 more to come next month as well.
hopefully.
Hopefully, we're crossing our fingers. Do you guys have any questions? No questions? Okay, so I will go ahead and pass this back to Greg.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Elizabeth and Anna, very, very, very much. Very valuable information. Love the success stories. We have a similar bell in all 3 of our centers for our youth. We call it an achievement bell. So it could be, we get to celebrate when they pass a test, they get a job, they graduate high school, whatever the case may be. You can't give our young people enough recognition. So
that's right.
And the same thing. We kind of put everything on pause when that bell gets rung and everybody gets up and claps around and congratulates them. It's beautiful to see that being shared that way. But again, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
So I believe next on our agenda is a call for any agenda items at our next meeting, which will be our November hybrid meeting. If there's anybody on the call and or in the chat that would like to have something added to our agenda, we'd love to hear from you. And again, at any time, either through myself, Nikki, Gershom, anybody with the COC on the YAC group, even our members, Savannah and Chantel, if you guys get in contact with any of them and you want something that needs to be added and shared, we're very open up until the time we actually make this agenda. So with that, we're going to move into the next one here about our announcements. And I'm going to start off with one that I have. For 60 years here in the Valley, Valley Community Pantry has been a pantry operating and serving our community. They're on the verge of being closed down. Their current space that they were occupying at Trinity Lutheran, new owners of the church had asked them not to continue providing their services. So on the 18th, that was their last day of food distribution, and they've been struggling trying to find a new location. And fortunately they have. So the last couple of days they've been boxing up and moving things, and they're going to be announcing their new location here shortly. I do know that it's not a secret. They'll be moving into City of Hemet has a property at the old Simpson Memorial Center here in Hemet, right by our police department. So they're going to be occupying space there. But it is a blessing that they will be able to continue to serve this community for another 60 years, hopefully. Like I said, they've been around for 60 years, and we're going to be able to continue to help and support them in this community. So that's a big, big plus for the Hemet and San Jacinto Valley and anybody who's ever needed those services, especially in times as it is right now. I think we're going to be having a pretty big influx if our leaders can't get together and get this budget thing worked out. There's going to be a lot more people in need when it comes to their food and how they're going to be securing it. So that's one announcement that I had. Anybody else care to share?
We've got several hands up, and I'll keep an eye on that. Means you're busy.
Okay.
Greg. Brittany was the first one.
All right, Brittany.
Awesome. Thank you again, guys. I just wanted to do a reminder announcement for our upcoming mental health and wellness event at RCC from 1 to 3. It's going to be really exciting. And then also something that I forgot, we have a food distribution in Riverside at Community Settlement Association on November 10th. That one's going to be early in the morning from like 6 to 10. I think the event itself is 8 to 10, but if you know of anybody who wants to volunteer, get some volunteer hours, this is a good opportunity for that. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. I believe Gershom.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. I have a few announcements. So the first one being that's next Wednesday, the 5th Just as a reminder, we do have our multidisciplinary approaches to ending homelessness webinar series hosted by us, the Office of Homeless Services. Um, so yeah, so feel free to join that. We have the calendar link sent out already, I believe. So if you folks do not have it on your calendar and wish to have it, feel free to reach out to me. I'll drop my email in the chat momentarily. And then another announcement that I do have is also for the month of November, we have our in-person continuum of care meeting. So if you folks, have been paying attention to your inboxes lately, Zuli, who is our COC coordinator, recently sent out an RSVP form. So our COC meeting will be hosted in the city of Corona, and it will be I want to say it's like banquet style. So we'll definitely have like food. It's towards the holidays. So if you folks are interested in attending, please make sure to RSVP. And then we will also be giving out recognition awards and all that good stuff. So I can also follow up with more information on that as well. And then lastly, I did want to announce about a recent bill that was passed by the California Assembly. I don't know if you folks have heard of it. It is the Assembly Bill AB 542, the Continuation Schools and Classes and Youth Workforce Development Program. So I brought this up to Greg and Nikki last week, but I figured I'd share with the rest of our partners in case any of you folks work with high school students, or at least know somebody who does. But essentially, as of October 13th of this year, AB 542 will allow continuation high schools to count workforce development programs as part of the school week under certain conditions. For instance, current law states that a continuation high school day equals to 3 hours of attendance, and a student can only be credited with up to 15 hours per week for a 5-day week. However, AB 542 would allow school districts to offer youth workforce development programs to students on 1 or 2 weekdays each week. And in order to do this, a student must be enrolled in at least 15 hours of classroom time per week. For example, a student could attend classes for 3 days and participate in a job training program for 2 days. And it would be up to the school, the school and the school district, to track the attendance and participation, while the students are enrolled in those workforce programs. So essentially, the bill encourages continuation high schools to integrate job readiness, internships, or career development programs into students' weekly schedules. So this is, obviously pretty neat, in my opinion. And I know that we, have a close relationship with, CFLC, as well as our AJCCs, and as well as our sister division, the Workforce Development Division. So if you folks have, recently heard about this, or you guys know of any school districts that are participating, or have at least integrated this as part of their school district system, feel free to reach out to me. I'd like to learn more, and maybe we can see how we can partner up and create some sort of excuse me, create some sort of referral system to where we can refer some of those students to our workforce programs. So just wanted to put that on your guys' radar. So yeah, that is all on my end. Thank you, Greg. Sending it back to you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Gershom. I don't see any other hands. I see Brittany maybe just had not put her hand down.
I believe that's Sheila.
Okay. All right.
Hello, everyone. So again, I am Sheila Cantuna with Community Health Systems. I am at the University Clinic here in Riverside. I just wanted to share that November 24th, we are going to have our annual Day of Giving event. We will be giving away non-perishable food to the community. They don't have to be a patient to receive the items, but that will be November 24th from 2 to 4. And we're still looking for vendors to come to our event to give resources to the community, as well as looking for donations. So if you guys would like to participate, like more information, please let me know. I can also put my information in the chat as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Fantastic. Sheila, do you guys have a flyer for that?
Yes, we do. It just won't let me upload, but I can send it to you.
Yeah, we can get it sent in either to Gershom or really anybody on this group. We'd love to be able to share that. I believe, Nikki, did you have your hand up?
Yes, I sent to Gershom, but just so that it's on everybody's radar, National Network for Youth is going to be having a webinar to instruct everybody about their new vital documents legal hotline for youth, because I know obtaining legal documents is a struggle. So that webinar is November 19th. If you're interested, put the save the date. I emailed it to Gershom because I can't get it linked either. So that's a cool thing. And then also on Monday, we are having an open house here in Palm Desert for our new drop-in center for the youth. So that morning on November 3rd from 9 till noon, I asked Gershom to re-email that out as well, where that's going to be the adults' one and only time to come in and see what the drop-in center looks like. Because after that, we're going to just for the protection of the youth and just for confidentiality and for their comfortability, it's just only going to be open to the youth. So community partners are welcome 9 to noon to come meet the team, hear about the services offered. This is going to be for the minors who just maybe need more support, uncomfortable home life, are homeless. So we're going to be wrapping around doing a lot of support with that and working with a lot of community partners to try to build the loves around some of these people. There's going to be food, showers, supports, a bunch of stuff like that. So if you guys want to come see, welcome. And then I think Giselle had her hand up as well.
Yes.
Yes. Good morning. My name is Giselle. I am also with Community Health Systems. We are a local nonprofit health center in the Inland Empire. We have multiple locations. We service children and adults in anything healthcare related. We have medical, dental, chiropractic, behavioral health, all in one roof, so it's pretty convenient. And we have 2 locations in Riverside, one in Moreno Valley, one in San Bernardino in Bloomington, and then one all the way in Fallbrook, and then soon to be Apple Valley. But I did want to share about first our teen wellness program. We do have a teen wellness program in our Moreno Valley clinic. Unfortunately, it's only offered in Moreno Valley as of now. Hopefully, by next year we can start doing it in our Riverside clinics. But that is available in the Moreno Valley Clinic. It's a teen wellness program. I believe it's like a 10-week course. It's an hour each week, and they go over different topics, financial literacy. There's another topic on nutrition, and they're always inviting guest speakers. So if that's something that you guys are interested in attending to be a guest speaker, I can connect you to our health educator, and you guys can set something up.
I'm gonna tell her. We gotta find this.
But
Can you
also,
send me that?
yeah, but also, another thing is, so Sheila shared about our Day of Giving event, and then we also gonna have our Christmas event the following month in December. And it's free, open to the community. You don't have to register. You don't have to be a patient of ours. You just have to show up. And that one for Christmas is a toy drive. Essentially, we're gonna give away toys to children 12 and under. And then, of course, we still need vendors as well for that event. So if you guys are welcome are wanting to participate, I will also drop my information, looking for vendors, for sponsors, donors. So if you guys would like to participate or help out with that event as well, I will have my information down below. And I will also send over the flyer.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that information. Looks like we're going to have a lot of stuff going on in November and December, that's for sure. It's an exciting time. Were there anybody else? All right. Well, with that, I'm going to move into giving everybody back about another 40 minutes of their morning here. We're going to call for the adjournment. And again, thank you all for coming in and sharing with us. Y'all have a good time. We'll see you next month live.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.